itself as a force for positive change, equipping individuals with skills for employment and promoting women's leadership in various industries. This session is collaboratively organized by Digi Samaks. Digi Samaks is a company that empowers business through data and technology. We offer a wide range of services, including IT, software, data science, research, consultancy, data analytics, and marketing. So about the speaker, Shivanshi Singh is a seasoned digital marketing analyst and personal branding expert known for her ability to decode data and craft magnetic brand narratives. Specializing in merging in analytics with creativity, she empowers businesses and professionals to unlock exponential growth, visibility, and audience loyalty. With experience collaborating with 100 plus industry leading clients, she delivers strategies that drive tangible outcomes from 5x boosts in revenue to viral social media campaigns. Her methodology hinges on understanding audience behavior, optimizing digital ecosystems, and transforming brands into through thought leaders. A dynamic voice in the marketing space, she hosts the podcast Grow with Shivanshi, where she unpacks trends in personal branding, career acceleration, digital storytelling. Her episodes blend tactical advice with inspiring success stories, making complex strategies accessible to entrepreneurs and professionals alike. Driven by passion for human-centric content and data-backed innovation, she thrives on turning brands into unforgettable legacies, whether speaking on stages, consulting with teams, or mentoring emerging marketers. She champions authenticity and measurable impact. So you can move forward with your presentation.
Thank you so much, Sam's Foundation, and thank you so much, Mithil, for that lovely introduction.
Okay.
I'm so grateful to be part of this session again, and it is so nice to me for me to be here again. So, first of all, good afternoon, everyone. Namaste, aap sabhi ko. And let me start with today's topic. It is about growth mindset. We all must have heard this term which speaks about growth, and what exactly growth means to each one of us is absolutely different. So basically, growth mindset is something that revolves around your understanding of how you take things, how you determine that what kind of impacts challenges would have on your life. First of all, Mithul, may I please know what is the age group of the audience that we have today?
Like they are college students, you can just say.
Okay, okay. So they're all young minds here. Thank you. All right. So before starting and moving ahead, I want you to understand why a growth mindset is important. We all must have been part of different situations in our lives where we think that this is the point where we are different from other people, and we are stuck with mentalities like these wherein we feel that why is this person who is of our same age group or same class or same profession, whatever they are, growing more than us? It is entirely around the fact that how you see things, how you perceive things, how you measure your own growth. So it is more about understanding that whether you have a fixed mindset or a growth mindset. A person with fixed mindset believes that they have a static in their life, that their abilities cannot be changed and they cannot move ahead in their life once they face failure. But whereas a growth mindset is someone who thinks that anything, any hurdle that may come in their life, they would learn from it and then move ahead. So it is very important for us to understand a situation and see what are the plus and the minuses of that situation that we can inculcate in it particularly, and understand what is the best that we can do with it. Yeah. So now there are differences between understanding that whether you have a fixed mindset or a growth mindset. If you have a fixed mindset, definitely you can switch to a growth mindset by understanding that what are the key terms that you have been going through, you can recognize on your own. Like if you have a fixed mindset, You would always want to avoid challenges. If some new opportunity is coming your way, you will be scared that whether I'll be able to do something different out of it or not. But if you are someone of a growth mindset, so that kind of person always embraces challenges. They are always excited to know that what is new that is going to come up for them. Whereas the people with fixed mindset give up easily. If, for an example, they have faced a situation that they think they are not capable of, instead of trying again, they would definitely just go and say that, boss, this is not my thing. I cannot do it. They just give up. They are like, why me every time? And a person with a growth mindset thinks differently. They have this ability to persist all the obstacles they face. They are ready for one thing, that either you are going to grow or you're going to learn something out of it. There is no loss in the situation. If a fixed mindset person, this kind of person always sees efforts as fruitless. They think for them results are more important. They're doing something, they want results out of it. And if they don't get results, they think the entire process is worthless. But if a person who has a growth mindset, she believes that efforts leads to mastery. Effort is an entire journey in its own self. In the process of where you have been putting an effort from step one to step two, you learn various things. You understand that why you started this journey, you understand the process, why you are intended towards it, what are your weaknesses, what are your strengths, and then you learn how to level them up, how to articulate them in such a way in your own life, how to practice them so that you have this consistent growth mindset. A person with a fixed mindset would never appreciate any kind of feedback. Despite of being in the industry for 6+ years, I have always appreciated feedbacks. Maybe from anyone, maybe from my junior, maybe from someone who is at a higher position to me. So understanding things and appreciating feedbacks is very important. See, there might be people in your life who will give you feedbacks which are very, very, very fruitful for you. But there might be people who are your critics who are just giving you feedbacks for the sake of giving it. So you need to understand which feedback is important for you. So it's that simple. Listen to everyone and practice those things which you feel are right for you, or analyze from the pattern. See, if you think that whose feedback you should take. So any person giving you a feedback on any topic, first try to understand, have they themselves gone through it? If someone is giving you a feedback that you are not good at your driving skills, have you ever seen them drive? How do they drive? If they drive the right way and you would like to idealize them as the best people around you who drive well, a four-wheeler or a two-wheeler, whatever you like, then they are the right person to take advice and feedbacks from, because they have already been through this journey. And a growth mindset always learns from the feedbacks and adapts it. Fixed mindset people always feel threatened by others' success, whereas the growth mindset people feel inspiration in others' success. You might have heard people saying that there was this person in my life from whom I have learned a lot, and I have practiced those things in my own self, and I can see myself at a position. So there might be people in your class who are good toppers, and you are at fifth, 10th, or some 15th position in your class, and you so aim to be like that. So growth mindset would try to go and talk to them and try to understand what different they are doing so that they are there. But a person with a fixed mindset would have this tendency of kind of hating them secretly, that why are they there? Why am I not there? So it is, the entire difference comes wherein you understand that why you are lacking in this particular thing. How do you approach things in your life? Benefits of a growth mindset. See, if you are someone who has this determined growth mindset, you'll definitely get success. That's for sure. It may take time. Nothing beautiful, nothing worthy comes in a night or a day. So it basically helps you increase your resilience, where your tendency of facing difficulties increases in your life and you learn how to bounce back quickly. There may be failures in your life. I'm not saying that anyone has never failed in their life. Anyone who's at the top, it may be anybody whom you admire around you. Maybe your parents, maybe your professors, maybe your friends, maybe your colleagues, anyone at your workplace. They have definitely seen failures in their life. That's why they are there where you can see them now. There's no one who has got everything buttered up for them and the lane is super smooth and they go there. No, it is not like that. You need to put in efforts and you need to be consistent with your mindset. Better problem solving skills. So, the growth mindset people, instead of seeing problems as a dead end, they think that this is a place where new journey begins. This is the place from there they can practice new things, they can learn new things, they can experiment something out of the box. If a higher motivation and engagement is something that you'll see for sure in a person with a growth mindset, they'll always be very much excited and motivated. You give them anything. It's like you meet someone who has an expertise into segment A. You go and tell them that there is this thing which is about segment B. They don't have any idea about segment B. But since they have this growth mindset, they are motivated enough to learn new things, they'll say yes to it. Instead of giving excuses that, oh, I'm so sorry, this is not my thing. I cannot do it. I am not efficient in it. I am not trained to do it. You might have heard statements like this throughout. Basically, in our college days, there are very co-curricular activities, inter-college activities, wherein you get a chance to enter into in your life wherever you are. There might be opportunities. For a moment, you'll feel deep down in your heart that you are scared. It's a very normal tendency. That doesn't mean that you don't have a growth mindset. If you are scared, it's fine. It's normal human tendency. But not willing to move ahead, not willing to do anything, not willing to solve that particular problem, waiting for some miracle to happen. No, that doesn't happens that way. You need to put in efforts to be able to cherish the results. You need to put in efforts. You need to trust yourself. You need to believe in the process. People with growth mindset would have greater adaptability in life and career. And they would always seek for new skills, easily wanting to learn and adapt to new methodologies, whatever you bring to them. They'll always appreciate it. And if you have a growth mindset, you'll always cherish towards personal development. For me, I started working when I was 18 years old. I always had this one thing in my mind. I was taught this thing by my mother. She told me no matter what you do, in every process that you put in efforts, you are never going to lose. She didn't meant that I'll win everything that I'll step into. She meant that everything and anything that I would do would definitely bring some learning for me. From that day to till this point, I always cherish this thing, and that's why I'm sharing this with you. Because of this, it has given me a willpower, a strength, a belief that yes, things are possible. I have been through situations in my life when I had zero knowledge of what was in front of me on the plate. But I was rigorous enough, I was confident enough to put in my efforts and know more about what was kept on the plate. Instead of just cursing myself, oh my God, I can't do it, I don't know it, it is not my thing. It's entirely on to you how you take things. If you are someone who is wanting to cultivate a growth mindset, you have identified till this point in the session that you lack this growth mindset. See, it is very obvious and it's normal. Not everyone is born with something. You may have something that is your own unique strength. Someone would be a good debater, someone would be a good dancer, someone would be a good artist, you might be a good mathematician. But not all these skills are in one person. If you find someone who has got all these skills in them, so they have learned it. They have made a process where they they are today, they have practiced it, they have put in efforts. So, to be able to cultivate a growth mindset, firstly, you need to embrace challenges. Instead of shying away, instead of saying no, say yes to challenges. Just believe in yourself, nothing else. Very simple. Just try to put in efforts. If you fail, no matter, no problem. You learn something out of it. Develop grit and resilience. Accept the setbacks, accept the failures. The moment you start accepting the failures in your life and getting up and moving ahead, believe me, you are growing. You are growing. You'll see results in some time, but you are growing. I'll give you my own example. When I started as a content writer, my journey started from paisa per word for writing an article. Till that date to this date in my journey, now I charge around 23 rupees per word to write an article. So when I entered the market, I knew that there are so many people who have got immense amount of knowledge, who are experts into the industry. If after looking at them and just seeing that, oh my God, they have got so much skills, they are rich in talent, I should have given up, right? Thinking that the competition is something out of my box, I can't do it. I should have given up. But I didn't. I chose to learn from patterns. I gone through various YouTube videos. I tried to attend free sessions because I was broke. I didn't had money that time. So I went for all the free sessions that I could, all the free resources that I could access from the internet. I learned in from there, from different clients, from the processes that I have been going through. And after practicing all of this in the 5 years, that's where from 10 paisa to 23 rupees per word, this is what I have reached. Although this happened in 3.5 years, but my journey has been more than that. If you replace I can't with I can learn, everything is going to change. Just change this one thing, that I can. You can always. Once a kid joins the school, the kid doesn't knows anything. It learns for those 14 years from KG1 to the 12th standard of their life. The school journey, take an example of your school journey. You were someone who didn't even know how to write ABCD 1, 2, 3, 4. But you learned it, you have practiced it, and what you are today is a resultant of what you have been learning since your childhood. If you could do it then why not today? Celebrate efforts, not just results. Celebrate you, celebrate your efforts, celebrate your willingness to do something. If you start doing this, be your bestest supporter. You would never ask for someone else in your life. Eventually, if you see someone who is very much confident about who they are, they're ready to support themselves, people would start loving them. If you see someone who is very much confident in their work, you'll always find their supporters around them. It's not because they have convinced them to be their supporters, it is because they have made it this way that people see them as a reflection of confidence and growth. They want to be around them. So, the key to having a growth mindset is trusting yourself, believing in yourself, and never giving up. Be around like minded people who can help you in all of this. Be around your friends, your colleagues, anyone whom you think is someone from whom you can learn good. Be around them. And if you want to get started with the growth mindset today itself, pick one skill that you have been wanting to learn since long, maybe from an year. Each one of us has that one skill that we want to learn since long. But we have been procrastinating it, that I can't do it. How would I start it? ABC, multiple reasons. Just leave that. Start this skill today after the session. Start the skill. And you know what? You have got this weekend, you would love it. Just go through it. Just try to understand what the skill is about, why you wanted to learn it, how it works, how can you inculcate in your life. Just do it today itself. Promise yourself that you will do it today because each one of us have something with us For me personally, I am fond of different kinds of workouts. So I wanted to learn some different type of dance forms. After this session, I'm going to do that because fitness is also important. So there are things that each one of us are wanting to do since long. There's this book that I wanted to learn since read since long and understand about it. I'll do that. Learning is constant, just like time, just like change. It is constant. Make it a constant of your life. Make it that universal truth which you would never want to deny to. And if you agree to this, if you promise this to yourself today, no one can defeat you. Never. You would never be dissatisfied of what you are doing in your life. And if you learn this thing, 50% of your journey is smooth. You'll be happy instead of being jealous of things happening around you, instead of cursing yourself, instead of saying no to things. Do them. What would happen the most? Either you will get to it or you'll lose it. No worries. Everyone knows if you do something, either it is a plus or it is a minus. But you know what is constant that would come to it? The learning, which is in between. You would love yourself for learning something new today. Do it. You can inculcate some practical strategies as well. Reframe failure as learning. If you failed in a process, you identify the reason for failing in it. There might be three, four, five reasons that you think have resulted into this failure. Once you understand those reasons, try to identify the pattern. What went wrong? If you're not able to do it on your own, ask help from someone. Surround yourself with growth oriented people who can help you in all this. See, no one in life has achieved anything on their own. If you are willing to go and ask for help, you will definitely get help. Everyone wants to share their expertise. You go and ask them, they'll help you. And if you're afraid of asking people for help, we have YouTube, we have ChatGPT, we have Gemini, we have Bard AI, we have Copy AI, so many AI softwares that can help you for free. We have the internet. We are living in a place. See, back then, 12, 15 years back, we used to get 1 GB internet for the whole month. But now we have endless data to learn and consume things. Utilize YouTube and binge watching for something. Do chill in your life. That is also important. But watch these fruitful videos as well. Consume some content that results into good for you. Set smart goals. Smart goal doesn't mean that you'll achieve everything in one go. Setting smart goals means that you have this whole one goal. You break it down into 5 smaller pieces. Okay? Achieve them one by one. Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5. And follow this tick mark psyche. Start journaling in your life. Okay? Maintain a little copy or a diary, whatever you feel is convenient to you. And daily tick one thing that you have accomplished. You'll love yourself for doing something new every day. At least you'll sleep peacefully at night that I accomplished something today. Initial days it would be a little tough for you, but after that you will fall in love with the process. Practice self-reflection. Regularly, see, you are someone who knows that what good or bad you are doing. No one else would know you more than your own self, not even your friends, colleagues, parents, because you know what you have done. You know how much effort you have put in. Be honest to yourself. Do the self assessments on regular basis. We have many real life examples like Thomas Edison. If Alva Edison would have thought that doing this bulb experiment is not his thing, if he would have wanted, he would have lost. He would have stopped. He would have think that this tungsten bulb is not his thing. But he gave in efforts. He wanted to do it. And likewise, Michael Jordan, Elon Musk. They never had this mindset. They never had this fixed mindset. They always had a growth mindset. Anyone you see, any CEO, any colleague of yours, any friend of yours, whom you see that they're growing in their life, they are putting in efforts. They don't have a fixed mindset. They are ready to cherish failures. If you're wanting to be a entrepreneur, if you're wanting to be in business, growth mindset is something that would really help you. If you're someone who thinks that I'm in college and I can't do anything, I need to complete my degree and then start the learning curve or then start earning. You can do it even if you are in college. Luckily, with situations and everything in my life, I think I'm blessed for that. I started earning when I was 18. I am the sole breadwinner of my family. I did my graduation from Symbiosis. But when I was doing it, instead of losing hope and thinking that how would I manage everything, my college fees, expenses, and everything, how would I do it? Although I got some scholarship, but yes, there were other things to take care of. Then I had this growth mindset. I came across some reel on Instagram where this girl was speaking about Fiverr as a platform from wherein you can do some skills. I know that I had some decent English and I was very much fond of debates and extemporaries and articles and essays. So I thought this is my thing. I can do it. All I need to do is just listen to people who are already doing this and try to understand, recognize a pattern. I started with it. And from that point to till date, I am still doing things. So if you are thinking that you need to complete your degree and then only you can start with something, no, you can do both the things side by side. And having a growth mindset opens opportunities to many other things. You can do personal branding. You can get into the realm of digital marketing, website development. There are so many things that you can start. And if you think that all of these are something that is very much technical for you, maybe you can start with little consultancy projects wherein you can consult people in something that you are good at. The importance of continuous learning is very important. You have to stick to the curve of learning. And staying ahead with competitive tools can always help you achieve those things. Keep yourself brushed up with things like that. You are someone who likes to read, then some just log into or sign up for some blogs that you can go through. If you're someone who doesn't like reading, then listen to some podcast that have same amount of results, same amount of insights in it from which you can learn. There is an alternative and solution to everything. Only if you are willing to do it, you'll find it. Overcoming common barriers, everyone has something. Take a pen, have a paper side by you, and keep on jotting everything. Why do you fear the failure? Why do you self doubt yourself? And why do you resist to change? List down three reasons that is resulting all of this. And then in front of those three reasons, write three positive points. Counter them your own self. Put a cross and then put a tick mark that yes, I will do it. I can do it. I don't fear anything. What would happen to the most? I would lose or I would win. But what I'll get is a learning for life, and no one can take it away from me. So stop doubting yourself and embrace change. The moment you start embracing change, everything would eventually fall into place. Change, time, learning, make their make them your constants. Make them your friends. With all this, I am coming towards the conclusion of this entire presentation, the session that we are having today. Three mantras that would always help you: belief, having a faith that you can do things, say yes to challenges. Third, always keep on learning. If you follow all these, no one can stop you from getting success in your life. Thank you so much.
Mithun, you're there?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, yes,
So
please.
should I conclude the meet?
Yes, yes. Go on, and then we'll take the Q&A.
Okay. After that, you will.
Afterwards, we'll ask for Q&A. Just do the proceedings.
Okay. So on behalf of the organization committee, I would like to sincerely thank Shivanshi Singh on our outstanding speaker today. We had the chance to hear fascinating and thought-provoking conversation about the cultivating a growth mindset today. Through her remarkable ability to convey information, Shivanshi Singh left us with insightful discoveries and motivational concepts. Her engaging lecture enthralled us and motivated us to study more. We appreciate the effort and time they put into organizing this educational program. Uh, Also, finally, to add beauty and memorability to our session, I encourage everyone to turn on their cameras and shout cheese so that we can take a quick picture. As a reminder, please turn on your cameras.
So here, I just request the participants, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask.
Madam, I have two questions.
Huh.
One is how to reframe the failure into learning. How to reframe.
Thank you so much for the question, sir. So once you have identified that you have failed at something, you see the reasons behind it, you'll be able to know the reasons that what has resulted into this. Once you know the reasons, try to understand that how you can change those reasons into your strength. For example, let us take this example that I am a runner and I participate into races and I have failed at a race. So I will try to identify three reasons why this has resulted into this. Maybe I didn't had the right stamina, maybe I didn't practice well, or maybe I didn't took care of my diet. Once I identify these 3 points, I'll try to change them into positives. Just identify the failures and change them into positives. That is what is reframing of the mindset. Once that is done, practice it again. And this is a continuous process, just like Thomas Alva Edison's example. If we are
Uh,
ready to do this,
what, I want to stop here. Uh, my nephew had appeared in IS. He cleared the mains, but failed in the interview. When he tried again, he failed in a preliminary itself. Then he did not try at all. So if he would have been cleared in the interview, he had already cleared the mains. So here, how to reframe the failure here in this case?
see, in this case, he needs to be patient enough. I would recommend your nephew to try giving the exam once again. Because back then,
No,
5 years
now he's over age now.
ago,
He can't appear.
okay, that's little sad, but still,
Yeah.
uh, for him or anyone else who is listening to this thing, I'll give an example of this IAS officer. He was very much popular 4 years ago. He gave 31 attempts, uh, and including all the mock test and 11 in the final attempts that he gave. And he finally became the IAS officer. He was a very average student, almost getting 10 out of 100, 7, like that. His interview was very much famous and popular at that time. So what he said was that he identified different patterns and he made a list of all these things, that this is what I do wrong in all my attempts. And he was very much rigid, stubborn, that I will do it no matter what. So that stubbornness and that love for what you want to do is required. If you love that thing enough, you will do it. Sir, I personally had a vision loss in my life when I was 19 years old. I was about to complete my 12th. I was the topper of my school in Madhya Pradesh that time. I lost my
Very
vision.
good. I'm also from Madhya Pradesh. I did my engineering from MANIT Bhopal
That's amazing.
in
I
1974.
That's amazing, sir. That's amazing.
Yeah, yeah,
Nice to know about that.
yeah.
So I never left hope. I am still doing things in my life. I believe that vision loss is just a thing. If you overcome, there is a lot more beautiful life left in front of me. I became an entrepreneur. I wanted to be an IITian. I couldn't do
Okay,
that, but I did something else that brings happiness to me. I gave all
okay,
exam. I did my graduation from Symbiosis University, which is one of the prominent universities.
okay, okay,
I never lost hope. So it's like love the thing enough so that you don't want to leave it.
okay. Thanks, madam. Thanks.
Thank you.
Hello, ma'am. I have a question.
Hello.
So how can I recognize whether that person is the right person to giving me the right feedback or not?
Okay. As I already, am I talking to Padma?
Yes, ma'am.
Hello, Padma. Thank you for the question. It
Okay.
is very simple, Padma. Whosoever is giving you that advice, for example, you want to learn Hindi, okay?
Mm.
And I am someone who is giving you advice, and I myself is poor at Hindi. So you know
Okay.
that I'm not the right person. I have not accomplished anything in my life in Hindi. How am I the right person to give you an advice or feedback? You need to, it's just like that when your teachers give you feedback, you know that they are good at that subject. That why do you don't go to your maths teacher for asking feedbacks in English for your English paper? Have you ever done that? We don't go to our maths teacher for understanding what English is about. It's like that. You never go to your physics teacher to understand chemistry, never to a finance teacher to understand economics. It's
Okay.
like that.
Okay. So you mean to say that first we have to know that person?
Yeah. No, see, you cannot know everyone for an advice. Like you are asking a question to me. So you
Yes.
have heard me speaking. You need to know a little bit about them professionally, that whether they are the right person or not. For example, we have siblings. Do you have a sibling?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so maybe your elder, which sibling do you have, elder or younger?
Elder sister.
Elder sister. So your sister might be good at some things. Your mom you will say that, okay, learn this from your sister. If she is not good at that thing, she might recommend someone else to you to learn from. So this way, you know, every person has some qualities of their own, which they
Yes.
can teach to other people. So you need to understand from their journey, a little journey. And LinkedIn is such a platform these days. You go to anyone's LinkedIn and you see what they have done. You will come to know whether they are the right person to take advice or not. And the person who is right would have different amount of confidence in their eyes when they talk to you,
Mm.
and their things would make sense. And we as humans have this ability at our heart to understand that the person who is talking in front of us is right or not. You'll feel it. You go and ask for advice to anyone, whom do you think is going to give you a wrong advice? You'll already feel it from the pattern.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, actually, I have experienced it because nowadays I meet many new people in new environment. So some are stranger for me. So some are giving me the feedback. So I feel confused that whether that was the right feedback or not. That's why.
No problem. It's very simple. You make your own SWOT analysis. You understand these are the things that you lack. For example, if I do my SWOT analysis, let us take an example that I don't know English, and someone is giving me a feedback that, oh, Shivanshi, you are making mistakes in past continuous tense, or your grammar is weak. You do not elaborate on the syllables. So I will understand that this person knows something. That's why he's giving me an core insight. Otherwise, that person would have said that you need to improve your English, go and join some English class. But that person mentioned that I lack in the continuous tense of grammar. I lack the syllables. I don't know the synonyms. I am not good at pronunciation. Anyone who is giving you an advice, if that person is bifurcating it this way, explaining it with a real life example, they are right for you.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Thank you.
So
Hello.
any questions?
Uh,
Um,
yes, I have a question. Hi everyone. Hi Shivanshi. So first of all, this was a great session, and thank you so much for telling us so many things about growth mindset. And I resonated very well with what you said regarding hope in the previous questions. I myself am a digital marketer by profession and an engineer by education. My question is, when we are thinking about growth, there could be times when we have so many things that we want to work on at us at the same time. So the problem is of too many. So how do one manages too many things, or how do one prioritize among a bunch of things? So if you could give some suggestions or give some insights over that.
Thank you so much for your question, Divya. So, if you have multiple things at one time, you need to understand how much time duration all of these would take. And you need to understand whether this is related with your personal growth or your professional growth. Once you segregate these things, then you need to understand with, for example, this is related to your professional growth. Once you segregate this thing in your professional journey, what particular skill set or what particular profession you are required to learn first with respect to your career growth. Everyone has this thing. I might want to learn multiple things at one point of my time. There is one thing that I'll be inclined towards more always. There always would be a 10 on 11 for one thing and 10 on 9 for one thing. Go for 10 on 11 first. And you will definitely recognize it. Try to do all of this small. When I was in my college, every semester we were meant to do internships into different domain like finance, marketing, something of HR domain, something related to funds, foundation, something like that. So when I did all these different internships, I did all of this little. And when I did all of this for some extent, some time duration, I understand that this is the most that I want out of my career. Try to go through each one of them, try to read about them, try to research more about them. There would be one thing amongst all of those which would bring this feeling that this is what I want to do first. This is how you can decide.
That makes a lot of sense. Thank you so much for the advice, and this has been a great session. Thank you, everyone.
Madam, one what you have given is smart
Yes,
goals.
yes, sir.
That is specific, measurable, attainable, then reasonable and time bound, isn't it?
Yes, yes,
Smart.
yes. Smart goals are basically something that you have a whole long-term goal. You know that there is this exam that you need to study for an entire
No,
year
no.
to.
I want to know that SMART, that is specific meaning. S for specific, M for measurable, A for attainable, R for reasonable, and T for time bound.
Yes, sir.
That's smart goals, isn't it?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
so any more questions? Questions are always welcomed here to Shivanshi actually. See, I know Shivanshi, so questions are. She would be very happy to to clarify it, to answer it also. So, any more questions?
Definitely feel free to ask if you have any other queries.
I have a question, ma'am.
Sure, Padma.
Yeah, so as you mentioned in the session that you should not say I can't. Instead of that, you use I can.
Yes.
So for this, how can we apply? Like, shall we have to repeat the words, or how can we do practice in daily life?
Can you give me an example of recent hurdle that you have faced in your life that you think is something that you are scared of and you want to do?
Okay,
Okay. Let us. Are you in college?
sorry,
Are you in college?
sorry, ma'am.
I am asking that. Are you studying, Padma?
Not now, ma'am.
Okay, not now. So you're working?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, what do you do?
I am a teacher.
You are a teacher. Okay.
Yes.
So, have you ever faced any challenge in your teaching profession? Have you ever had come across any child whom you think is very much
Yes.
edgy and towards learning?
Yes, actually, I teach Tibetan. So, so while teaching to the kids, some kids are not listening, and also I face difficult like that.
Okay. Now tell me a question once again that you asked. You have your answer in this situation only.
Okay. So my question was, you mentioned about we should not say I can't. Instead of that, we use we I can and I can. So the question is, how can should we repeat the words, or how can we use these in practical?
Okay. In this situation, when you mentioned about that kids that are not ready to listen, do you
Yes.
stop teaching them? Do you stop putting in efforts that, oh my God, this kid is too stubborn and I don't want to teach them? Is it? Do you ever do that?
No, no.
So there is this first thing that you can do is that you practiced it for that I can't to I can mindset switch. Practice. Number two, when you said that do you need to write it or something, there is a scientific proven formula that if you want to say, Piyush is saying that it's like I can't to do it. Okay. So there is a scientifically proven method that if you do positive journaling before sleeping at night, if you want to practice some things in your life, if you want to achieve something, just write that I can do this thing. I'm not a good, for example, I'm not a good runner. Write in a tense where this is already successful. I, Shivanshi, is a good runner. Full stop. Don't write that I want to be a good runner. Train your brain in that way that you're already good at that thing. Practice this thing, and this has been a research done in an Australian university
Okay.
where they have got positive results, and they were 93% positive results with this mindset.
Okay.
And every morning, go in front of the mirror and just say that, okay, Padma, you can do this. You have already
Okay.
done this. You have
Okay.
done most of it.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
So, any more questions from the audience? So, any questions from the audience? Okay. So, I think, they are all so very clear with the session. Okay, so Mitul, yes, you can do the rest of the thing.
So should I conclude the meeting?
Yes, you can announce the engaging person and, conclude the meetings.
So our engaging participants are Padma Chunzin, Divyam Singh Rakesh, ER Gansham Das Garg. And also I request everyone to fill the feedback form that is dropped in the chat box within 5 to 6 hours from now. Thank you once more for participating in today's webinar. You can reach us by phone or email if you have any more queries. We are pleased to offer you further assistance. Don't forget to join us on the next knowledge session, which is on the topic email etiquette on Feb 16th at 11 a.m. I, Mitul Rana, your host for the day, signing off on a cheerful note. Have a wonderful day. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
So now you would be able to do it. You would be able to fill the form. So